help? No, there is nothing we can do for each other. Her power, the one who governs time, it has surrounded me ever since. A blessing and a prison. Oh, no. I have been asleep in this prison for countless years, until a familiar presence woke me. Then, through that mortal girl's eyes, I saw it. As pure and bright as ever, unchanged across the millennia. It was the moon. That place is called Chiwang Terrace. Did later generations rebuild the altar in a new location? Could it be that traces of what happened back then still remain in this world? That memory is embedded deep within the essence of Zibai's soul. It is one that should have yet. It is precisely that which haunts my every waking moment, fuels my rage, and denies me a modicum of peace. Now you, a mere mortal, come to seek that which is forbidden. So, let us see whether the fire that fuels your ambition... I shall relinquish control over this body's curse, and let it devour. Run as fast as you can, lest this Look, it draws near. The river of time, come to sweep all into oblivion. I shall wait for you at the end, mortal. Evade being swept up in its waters, and I will show you fail. And we shall sink into oblivion together. I did not expect that you would make it to the end. Yes, it would seem even time cannot hold you back. In that case, perhaps this truth... Come, let your wish be granted.
Under moon eternal, in radiant night, a maiden grants silk, soft and light. Under moon iridescent, in night divine, a maiden grants fiber, for cloth so fine. Under moon of frost, in night so great, a maiden grants tools to divine our fate.
What are Mom and Dad doing?
Shh, just make a wish. The kind Adeptus on the moon is listening. Look, it's Lady Zibai.
Wow, Lady Zibai? Is she powerful?
Of course. She taught us how to grow grain and beans, millet and rice, how to peel hemp and reel silk, spin thread and weave cloth, how to cut stone and build houses, cast bronze and forge tools. According to Mom and Dad, the Adeptus Zibai is the god of soil and grain, who blesses our land and its crops.
Huh? Lady Zibai's leaving.
It's all right. We just have to wait till next year. She'll be back.
Mom and Dad are gone. Why hasn't Lady Zibai returned? She'll come. We just have to believe. What is that? Lady Zibai abandoned us.
All places tainted by the abyss need to be purified. That includes Long Gone.
And what of its people?
You know what will happen. You are but an emissary to the mortal realm. This is Heaven's will. There is no need for guilt, and no place for hope.
I wouldn't dare. But the people of Langan honor me, worship me, pray to me. If I do not answer, the guilt will be too much to bear.
And if you do, you will meet the same end.
Then as their god, I shall die among them.
Look! Lady Zibai came to save us! I knew she wouldn't abandon us! Run!
You have done enough.
Now you know the truth. These are the memories that suffocate me where I stand and crush me under their weight. Not just my nation, but the people I loved. Were it within my power, I would ignite a blaze fierce enough to burn a hole through the heavens themselves. It was a time of war, one that ravaged heaven and earth. Remnants of the battles tainted with cursed power. The heavens decreed that the tainted filth had to be cleansed if I just had more time. I could have helped more people to escape. But it wasn't enough. I just needed a bit more, and they all could have survived. I never imagined there would come a day where I found peace. So long this rage has been within me. Yet here in this moment. If you wish to bring Zibai back to life, mortal, then you may take the part of her soul that lives in me. Just remember, from this moment onward, the fate of Langan's fallen rests on your shoulders. As I said before, I am but a remnant of Zibai's adeptal form, a manifestation. By taking away this fragment of her soul, you take away my shackles as well. So, let it be done. Ah, it's your turn to grant one of my wishes, is it? Very well. In regard to my fate, and however, should another raise a war banner against the heavens someday, let my name be set upon its I ask for this, and nothing. Now, take what you came for. I was a lone moon, shrouded and dimmed in cloud-veiled night. Now darkness breaks, free and unburdened. I reclaim my light.
You think I am one to fold so easily? Ah, young one. What brings you here? My, what exquisite mint seedlings. Was it you who planted them? I had not taken you for one so versed in the horticultural arts. I must insist. Ah, but this is Cloud Retainer's abode. She does not appreciate the verdant wonder that is mint. We should leave at once. If she sees us here, there is little I can do to protect you. You weren't? Was it Mooncarver then? My, what nerve he has. What?
Looks like Mountain Shaper is back to normal. Has the matter with Zibai been resolved then?
Wow, that was fast. That took, what, like, a second?
A second to us, perhaps. But for the Traveler, I imagine it felt much longer than that.
One's plan was most successful then.
And you're all right, Traveler. You don't feel strange in any way?
Well, sounds like good news all around.
What is this matter you speak of? The possession of that mortal child?
The matter of Zibai may have been resolved, but there is another that is far from over. Then perhaps you have a moment to spare for a little chat, Mountain Shaper.
You seem reluctant to talk in detail about what happened with Zibai. Don't worry. I won't ask you to reveal her secrets to me.
Huh? You don't want to know what happened?
The expression on your face. I know it well, Traveler. It's one I've seen Rex Lapis wear on many occasions.
But you're okay, right, Traveler? That deadly self didn't hurt you, did she? Well, as long as you're not hurt, Paimon doesn't need to know anything else.
Even so, I hope you feel like you can entrust me with it. If I learned anything from our time together, it's that one should not have to shoulder such a weight alone. Not to mention that certain knowledge brings danger in its wake.
Yeah, kind of like how one person can't finish a whole slime, you know? Better to grab a bunch of friends and get it all together. Exactly! Wait, no! Paimon's just saying we've got loads of friends who'll be more than willing to lend an ear.
I never knew there was such a tragic chapter in the...
So, the people of that nation worship the White Horse Adeptus as the god of soil and...
It would seem, then, that Rex Lapis had a similar reason for withholding the details of his recent trip. I've often wondered if he had companions to stand by him before we met. Or if he was forced to face things alone. Regardless, Lantern Rite takes place in 2 days. Let's meet back up again there. If there's no news of Rex Lapis by then, we'll have to come up with a plan.
Fingers crossed it all goes well.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Chingsa Village many times in the past.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here.
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same... She is several years older than I and also began her travels far early.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels. And wait, Changxiang, are you saying neither of you had actually met?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for the last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone...
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument.
Nor did master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li...
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jiang...
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you...
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions, You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard,
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious-sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now, Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything...
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden in...
You sense it too? You're right. Is it breathing?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is... Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor load. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads.
Offshoots? So, the main body is some...
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off...
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as...
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to... Hey! Why has everyone gone quiet all of it? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in his secret compartment, the one who... You mean... Jialiang? Why would he put... Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here. Huh? So you're saying... It was Jiang Li? Wait, but... That doesn't make any sense either!
I agree. It makes little sense.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from God?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor lodes will disappear. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were these days. She has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? So, hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with the power. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will stronger and healthier? Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek...
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as...
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Ah! Ugh, gets Paimon every time. Are all Adepti in the habit of
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity.
Huh? You two are...
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has... Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried. A vile monster known as the Chi once wrought havoc over this land. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Chi is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again. Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the... That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info...
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trip.
Master, there's a problem.
Gui? Did you run all the way from Bubu Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine 1 minute and then he's...
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at...
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now!
Dad! What's wrong? Dad?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out.
When Gui left, he was still conscious.
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jiaoliang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow... Wait, where's Dr. Baishu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. Speaking of which,
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jiaoliang.
I suppose you're right. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baishu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baishu hasn't shown his face ever since he went into Huh? Hey, wait up!
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to my... Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from.
So, how much longer do you think Baishu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life...
I made an error in my initial diagnosis, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had...
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of...
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is their precise... Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk. Though it was created from God remains, this formula is not a...
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to... Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described.
I never suspected that even Zhongli would turn to the same path as so many others to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiangli is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period, and given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
Ah! It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you...
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already... There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find...
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time.
Okay.
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Mother Lode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue.
No, I have to keep going. Then let's hurry.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspected it a thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found... But she said that the method would cause me to...
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
The doctor will see you now. Speed of light.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergency.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling insect.
A monster-repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some... No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place, and what...
That's right. This censer, it belongs to Jiang Li. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison. I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She... I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
We can keep going now!
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Spring forth!
With sword from shadow!
The doctor was seeing now.
Incoming!
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Nowhere to hide. Don't blink!
Yeah.
Surge! Speed of light!
Seems like an emergency.
Incoming! Speed of light! Hey!
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is... The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life...
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's just... It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember, the poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will... and the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come...
I wondered when this...
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we...
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time.
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct her medicine for you. Right up until the moment when she lost
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight.
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing for me. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I,
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted. Traveler, Dr. Baiju, could I have another minute with my wife?
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't...
Jialiang... Baiju, Changsheng... Is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to him.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so what a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never...
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way. So, I know that you'll... I've said my goodbyes. My time has come.
As you wish.
eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we Oh, how I would love to hear.
Jialiang! 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 Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so...
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that—
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, and even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance.
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes, leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng funeral parlor out of business. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Oh, is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand celebratory feast.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients.
Wait up! I'll come too! Baizhu, thank you so much for—
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng. Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not—
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, but I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of— Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer, but—
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also— When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this— There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now—
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed— What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any— But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself, too. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life?
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is—
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. Can you still stop before it's too—
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from—
Hey! Food's ready! Mom, come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even Dad will be able to taste them. Come and try—
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one— Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you—
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps—
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts...
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest, and they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain.
So, bye you.
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want... Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. but I do not wish...
Huh? But didn't you already...
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the...
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself.
But isn't wanting to have... For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light...
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get...
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating...
True. And yet, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?